So what have we got today? Okay, so what we've got is the Blackstar Debut 50R, Blackstar's new top of their debut range. Okay, so now it's quite interesting. I've obviously been around a long time, as you can tell. And years ago, we used to have 1 or 2 channel amps with very basic controls, reverb if you were lucky. And then suddenly all these modelling amps come in, and I believe Blackstar do them, and I've got one myself. And they get very complicated, and they're great because you've got delays and choruses and compressors and pitch shifters and goodness knows what else involved. Great if you want to start messing around all the time. I'm a little bit too long in the tooth for all that, if I'm honest, and I prefer basically just a basic amp and a few pedals. Now, what they're saying is, and I kind of relating this at the moment to mobile phones. When they come out, they were huge. You used to call them bricks. And then they got really, really small, and you had to have the tiniest little phone, and now they're all going back up big again. And I think this is what's kind of happening in the amp world. I don't know. But it seems we're kind of going more back to basics, which is more my territory, if I'm absolutely honest. So what we've got here, if we look across the top, I don't know if you can see that, and I do apologise for the amateurish way of doing my videos, but as you all know, everything I do is live, so what you hear is exactly what's going on, mistakes and all. As they say, the jazz notes are put in for free, okay? I wish I'm pretty good at that. So, we've got across the top, what have we got? We've got the clean channel, which we're on at the moment. There's also a clean bright, so I can go from to a clean bright. Just a little bit more treble involved there. The overdrive switch, then we've got the overdrive channel, just a gain and a volume, that's all you need. 3-band EQ, bass, middle and treble, and the ISF, which is Blackstar's own, I think it's the infinite shape feature or something like that. I'm not totally sure, if I'm honest. Basically turns it from like an American sound to an English sound. 2 reverbs, plate and a hall. The plate tends to sort of tail off a bit longer. And we've also got like a 5 watt and a 50 watt switch if you want to turn it down to be nice and quiet. Now, is 50 watt in non-valve, because obviously 50 watts of valve amp is extremely loud. Is it enough to gig with? Yeah, I think it probably is. I have actually had this wound up a little bit on the clean channel because a lot of amps tend to break up. Which is, to be honest with you, sometimes you want that, but this one's okay right the way up through. I think they use MOSFET technology here, which we kind of got through in the 80s, which was a kind of a valve emulation. But there we go. So basically that's it. Now then, they're kind of promoting this, and rightly so I might add, as like a good pedal platform. So what I will do now, I am literally, there was no pedals on that whatsoever, okay? That's just straight into the amp. So we've got clean channel. Now then, if I want to use my, I'm going to use some pedals now. I use my dual drive, Department 10 dual drive, Blackstar, and my Department 10 boost. Oh, as you can tell. And then my Fat General compressor. So that's using my, like I say, my distortion pedals and the compressor. To my ears, yeah, probably a little bit better on the distortion. That's what I would use it for. But that distortion pedal alone, let alone the other 2 pedals, cost more than just this amp, because it retails at around about the sort of 230 mark, and I'm sure you can probably get a good deal on that too, if I'm honest. So that's what I've got. So let me just put my guitar down. We will have a look round the back, and what we've got here, you will see a couple of leads plugged in. That's the effects send and return, which I've got going to my board. The only thing I've got on that at the moment is the chorus and the reverb, but they were switched off. Okay, so it's just using the reverb in the amp. We've also got a line in, which is for your MP3 player, so you can jam along to backing tracks. Foot switch, additional cost, but well worth getting, I think, if you're going to use this between clean and dirty, same doing what I did. Headphones and emulated out, so we've got that, and then just a power supply. So really nice and basic, and there's nothing wrong with being basic, guys, I promise you. Now then, talking of valve emulation and what have you, this just goes to show the problem with valve amps, and I am a bit of a valve purist, I admit that. The amp 2 that I did a little review on, that got as close to valves as I've ever heard anything, and I'm totally honest with that. It did blow me away a bit, okay? And yesterday, if I grab my bill, I had to have my my valve amp revalved at a cost, it's not the right way, isn't it? There we go, of £230. So basically, that's just maintenance. More than what that cost entirely. So this stuff nowadays is incredible value for money. It really is. Like I say, that is just maintenance costs on a valve amp, I'm afraid. But there you go. That's what you pay. That's the problem with them. And of course they can be unreliable as well. I've had one go down on a gig with me before. It's not much fun. But there we go. So that's basically it, guys. Now to just clear up a bit of housekeeping. Blackstar have given me this. They're not paying me. They're certainly not telling me what to say, because I wouldn't. I would never do what anyone. I always give my honest opinion, and that's for sure. And if my students are out there listening to this at the moment, which I'm sure they will be, one of you will be getting this. Okay, so I'm going to make a decision at the end of the summer term, or near the end of the summer term, to see who deserves this. And you'll be getting a nice new, well, next to new, it's only had me playing through it, so that's obviously devalued it, a nice new amp, okay? So there we go, guys. Yeah, I think it's a great little piece of kit for not a lot of money, let's be honest. I certainly, when I started, had nothing like it at all, and the money was a lot more then as well. Okay, guys, so I hope that's of use to someone. Cheers, bye.